Halloween is a time filled with lots of tricks and treats, and today I have a fun little Halloween trick to share with you, a card making trick. Hi, it's Lynn Dunn from Stamptastic Designs. Thanks so much for joining me today. In this episode of Stamptastic TV, I will share 3 fun Halloween card ideas featuring different variations of the Eclipse technique. Not sure what the Eclipse technique is? Well, stick around because you won't want to miss this simple and fun card making technique. By the end of this video, you will have 3 spooky fun ways to make Halloween cards with your patterned papers using this Eclipse technique. For the latest card making ideas, be sure to subscribe to my channel and click on the little bell so you will be notified each time I upload a new video. Learning new techniques can be a lot of fun. If you enjoy learning new card making techniques, then give me a thumbs up in the comments below. So by now you are wondering, what is the Eclipse technique? Well, this technique enables you to use different shapes, letters, or numbers to give the appearance of a shadow around your stamped images, or in this case, around some words that we cut from our spooky designer paper. So let's talk about the supplies that you will need to create this card and to create this effect. First, you will need a 5.5 by 8.5 inch piece of basic black cardstock. You will score the 8.5 inch side at 4.25 inches to create the base of your card. Next, you will cut a 5.25 by 4 inch piece of Highland Heather cardstock. This is like a light purple cardstock. Next, you will cut a 5 by 3.75 inch piece of the Ghost pattern paper from the Toil and Trouble Designer Series paper pack. Next, you will need some type of ribbon. I am using the 3/8 inch black organdy ribbon. You will also need some type of shape, whether it's letters, numbers, or some other shape. In this case, since we're creating the word boo across the card, I will be using 2 of the large letter framelits, the B and the O. We're going to use the O twice to create the boo. You will also need an embossing machine such as the Big Shot or the Cuttlebug, whatever embossing machine you have on hand. You will also need a bone folder and a scissors. And that's it, so let's get started. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start by cutting out these letters in our designer paper. So to do that, you are simply going to take your embossing machine, whatever embossing machine you have. You're going to add your cutting plate, and then you're going to put your designer paper right on top of the first cutting plate. You're going to take your dies, so in this case we're going to start in the middle. I'm going to put the O right in the middle where I want it, and then I'm going to put the B directly next to it. So I want it up just a little bit so that I have enough room on the bottom to tie that pretty ribbon once we get the card created. So I'm just going to add my other piece on top. Once your letters are exactly the way you want them, then you just crank this through the machine and it will cut out the letters for you. And now I'm going to cut the other O. Now, as you can see, you are limited on the length of the word you can use on a regular size card front. Typically it's 4 letters or less. That's probably about all you can get on a regular 4.25 by 5.5 inch card front. That's why the boo works well on this card. But you can use this Eclipse technique to create cards for any occasion. Leave a comment below and let me know what words you are going to use when you create an Eclipse card. Okay, we're ready to assemble our card. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our designer paper and we are going to adhere it to the purple cardstock. So the next thing we're going to do is tie the pretty glittered ribbon around the bottom of the card. And now we will adhere this to our card front. Okay, the last thing we want to do is adhere our words right back in the center of this negative space. So you want to make sure, since you are using 2 different O's, that you line them up correctly, because you can see this one lines up with the pattern on my paper, but if I were to use it here, it doesn't line up with the other pattern. So you want to make sure that your letters are in the correct spots. So all we're going to do is put a few dimensionals on the back of each of the letters and adhere them right in the negative space. There you go. That's it. Now by popping up the letters, you can tell that we've created a little shadow with the word boo. And that little shadow is the eclipse effect. Okay, so let me share a few more card ideas inspired by the eclipse technique. This is one of my favorite ways to create an eclipse because I'm able to create 2 cards simply by cutting out one word. So let me show you how to do it. So we're going to start the same way that we did before. We're going to cut the word boo right out of our designer paper, just like I just shared with you. Except you'll notice here that I have saved all of the pieces. I've saved the word boo, and I've saved each of the pieces that came from the inside of all the letters. And that's how I'm going to create 2 different cards. So the first card that I want to share with you is this boo card. I use these letters to create the boo across the card. Now the second card actually uses the negative. So this is the negative that we created when we cut out the word boo. And you'll notice that I have these additional pieces here that were left over from cutting out that word boo from this card. So these additional pieces that are left over are actually the pieces that I adhered right here in the center to create just a little different type of eclipse card. So now you have some spooktacular Halloween card ideas that you can make with any pattern papers that you have on hand. You also have learned the fun eclipse technique that you can use to create cards really for any occasion, not just Halloween. And if you enjoyed these projects, be sure to download the PDF file, which contains a list of all the supplies, measurements, and instructions to create all 3 of these spooky fun cards. You can find the link for the tutorial in the description below this video. Thanks so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know by liking it, sharing it with your friends, and leave a comment below to let me know what you enjoyed most about the video and the tips shared here today. Have fun getting creative. Take care, and I'll see you soon.